Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with another video. And this is a follow-up. This is going to be number 2 for, Flawless dropping those gems. We actually had a question on one of the series that we're doing for VVS over on Instagram. So oftentimes it's quite difficult for me to comprehend and understand certain people's direction or what they actually mean. Not because it's not a smart question or it's not an educated question, but more so because over, pretty much the latter part of my lifetime thus far, I've literally kind of tried to train my brain a certain way. Whether wrong, right, or indifferent, I've tried to be successful at not just always looking at it as kind of the glass is half filled or the glass is half empty, more so the glass is the glass and do something with it. I'm very, again, unapologetic, as Audra will definitely agree. I'm extremely, believe it or not, this is who I am. I'm very, a nice guy. But my mentality when it comes to chasing your dreams, living your life, we only have one shot at living this life we have, can be extremely abrasive. It's one of those situations where, I'm one of those friends that you should not tell me that you want to achieve or do something, because I'm going to always want to check the status on where you are in achieving said goal that you said you wanted to do. So where am I getting off on this tangent? What gems am I going to drop in this one? Is just more so as far as victimization. Are you a victim to your own circumstances? That was the video we did. That was the clip we did. And one person didn't quite understand. I think they get it now, because again, we mean it when we tell you guys, hey, message us, ask us any questions, whether it's gecko related, whether it's mindset related. We're an open book and we're always looking to help new people. Just kind of make things go by day to day on an easier, at an easier pace, and achieve more things in life. That being said, I think that victim mindset is just that it's a mindset where you're, you don't really want to be there, but you just happen to be there. And the world in and of itself has conditioned you and your thinking to think that that's the place you're supposed to be in. And again, this is my perspective. I am not perfect. I am not flawless. So I have my, mishaps as well. The thing about it is, anything that may be perceived as wrong, from my walk of life, I'm not attempting to go down that path knowing it's the wrong path to go down, or trying to do something that I know is wrong. I can be enlightened to, better, more brighter ways to do things, and I can accept criticism myself. But I refuse to be in a place where, someone criticizes me, especially if I consider them an associate or a friend, and they're doing it in a manner to hopefully make me better. And in them making those attempts and those reaching out to me, directing me, or even just pointing out the wrongs that I'm doing in the way that I may be doing things, I need to acknowledge that. My quick response, knee-jerk response, should not be, oh, well, this is just the life I live, or this is just where I'm at. Oh, look at everything that's going on around me. This just sucks. Yeah, you know what? It may suck, but nobody cares. Sometimes you have to dig deep and push a little harder. Sometimes that doesn't mean physical strength. That doesn't mean actual acts where you have to go out there and do something. That may dig a little deep and work a little harder, may mean do the extra research, watch a few more videos, read a few more books, educate yourself on whatever you're ignorant on. Therefore, you can now at least have some of the knowledge to play in the field that you're not as well versed in. Are you guys needing some assistance with your crested gecko breeding programs? Well, check out our Patreon. We've been running it here now for pretty much close to 2 years. Everyone's been extremely excited. We keep adding new perks every time you guys turn around. We give away Xanthics, we give away high whites, we give away lily whites. We actually upgraded this year to we're giving away over 12 geckos every single year. That averages out to at least a gecko a month, and we've been doing over that. So you are not going to want to miss becoming a part of the Flawless Crested Geckos Patreon family. There's 2 tiers. There's a $50 tier and there's a $100 tier. You get all your funds back in the form of Flawless Crested Gecko savings account. You can take advantage of having 5% additional off by being a Patreon member, as well as having year-round free shipping. You guys are not going to want to miss this, so go head over to patreon.com/Flawless Crested Geckos. So that whole saying of being a victim of your own circumstances is, you know, a situation where you're sitting there and you're, hey, this always happens to me. I can't be successful. You know, I can't get this or attain this job I want. I can't do this. You know, I can't be a breeder, you know, since we're on that topic as well. All these things that's fully accessible to me, I want to self-proclaim all the reasons on why I cannot achieve any of it. So the reason we harp on that is because if the number one thing that you're doing, you know, is telling yourself you can't do something, you're most likely not going to be able to achieve it, period. Now, that being said, I'm not going to say, you know, oh, you can say you're going to be, you know, president of the United States, or you're going to be, you know, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You know, I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is, why put yourself in a negative mindset? And it's unnecessary. You have a lot of people that's doing, you know, not as good as you may be doing right now. But that's not for you to compare yourself to them. It's also something to kind of base your own process of learning, of evolving. How are you moving forward? Not just physically, not just monetarily in your economics, but also mentally. That mental space, which is the whole basis of this Flawless Dropping Gems series. It's a very slow series, but not oftentimes going to be, you know, animal related. But I think this is a series that's needed, you know, especially when there's any type of questions on whether we need to elaborate on what direction we were going with a clip or a video or whatever it may be. What's our next move? Why do we do the things that we do? What's the motivation behind it? What are the determining factors that led you guys to this decision? Why was this the best decision at this time? All of these are calculated decisions that Audra and myself put our heads together and make conscious decisions to go full steam ahead. Oftentimes, we're not worried about who were unsuccessful before us. Now, it's not that we're just not worried about it. It's that we've done oftentimes a ton of research on those people that may have done these things before us. Maybe the ones that are successful and continue to be successful, as well as the ones that haven't been successful, and more so looking at it and researching it in a manner of why weren't they not successful. We want to be an example in the community on how to bring people together with videos like this. People have different struggles in life. Everyone's not mentally stable. Everyone's not mentally strong. But that does not mean you have to stay there. We can all evolve as a people. So none of us have to be a victim to our own circumstances. And circumstances may vary. So to conclude this video, people who are victims of their own circumstances tend to lead themselves in a revolving circle. They keep ending back up in the same starting spot that they started in. They refuse to let themselves evolve and level up from wherever they may be. And it's almost to a point where they're not necessarily content with where they are, but they refuse to believe that they can be successful. They refuse to believe that they can achieve. Instead of them looking at a situation, you know, and saying, hey, why not me? They're looking at it as that'll never be me. And again, if that situation is something that you're kind of striving for, you're already kind of putting your back against the wall if that's the way you're going to kind of approach it. So it's more of a mental state where you are, and you never know what can kind of get you over that hump. It could be a video just like this telling you that, hey, it's okay. It really is okay. But this is one of those videos where it's not a pat on the back. It's more of a kick in the rear end. Because it's okay for you to have that, that thought process. It's okay for you to be in that mind space. It really is. It's not okay for you to stay there. And as a friend, hopefully as an associate, anyone that you kind of look to for information, maybe mentorship or whatever it may be, here I will speak for Flawless, Audra, and myself that, look, you need to get out of that headspace. Do whatever it is that you need to do to free your mind, to let you know the sky is the limit for whatever you want to kind of go out there and seek. Get educated, get the information, spread positivity, love thy neighbor, make conscious decisions that's going to benefit you, most likely, as well as your business, or whatever your career path it may be. Bottom line is control the things that you can control. Don't go into any situation with a negative mindset knowing that you can't do something. Why commit yourself at all if you're already not going to put forth 1,000% effort? Anyway, it's Will, Flawless, Crested, Geckos, and we out.